Hello, my peeps, and welcome to another Power Packed Phillips podcast. Some MSAs. Please make yourself a note. Homework for tonight is workbook page 49, problem 10 and 13. Please graph problem 10 and 13 on a piece of graph paper and show your work. Just a reminder, you do have a new EOC review packet. They are giving us 2 weeks to complete this packet. It will be due December 17th. Last night in online tutoring, we did problems 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can access problems 1 through 4 in Blackboard under the recorded tutoring sessions. And not that I need to be reminded about it, but I'm just reminding you, in case you were absent, you will have a test on Chapter 5 in 2 weeks because of this right here. We will keep an eye out on week scores. Not. Maybe we should change it to Mr. Phillips will be keeping an eye out on week 7 scores because the week 6 scores are in. Ooh. What's the face for? Come on, are you kidding me? You let Mr. McGrath's class beat you and get number 10? You should feel ashamed of yourselves. And you let another class from Mr. McGrath beat you. Though technically, if you were in the class with the supercalifractions, technically you tied. But if you're a fraction freeloader or you're a math muncher, you let 2 classes beat you. That is unacceptable. Get with the program. Quit channeling your inner bears or inner Chris Ponder. Supercalifractions, nice job. You finished 15th. Tied, actually, for 14th, 15th. Tied. Fraction freeloaders, you finished 19th. Math munchers, you finished 25th. Mr. Phillips has given you the appropriate amount of check marks. Keep up the good work. Now we can start checking for week 7 scores. All right, we're going to continue working on lesson 5.4, standard form. So please write lesson 5.4, standard form part 2. Quick review. If you were here yesterday, just kick back, watch the screen and relax for a minute. If you were absent yesterday, pay close attention. We said standard form is AX plus BY equals C. We said that C is the constant, the number that is constantly alone, and C is going to be our tornado. We also said if you were absent yesterday, you are going to have to use your tree powers. If you don't know what tree powers are, talk to Julian. He'll explain it to you. You are going to have to memorize the formula for standard form AX plus BY equals C because beware, the formula is not on the reference sheet. You got to memorize it. All right. If you were here yesterday, I'm just reminding you we're going to do the same problem that we did in the podcast yesterday, but we're going to do it a different way this time. We're going to do the same problem that we did yesterday during our podcast, but we're going to do it a different way. You do not have to draw the graph. Just watch the screen. If we are going to write an equation for this line, we need to know 2 things. We need to know our slope and our y-intercept. If you want to find the slope, there's 2 different ways that you can find the slope. You could do rise over run, or you could use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Both ways will work. I think in this case, the easiest way is for you to simply do the rise over the run like this. Or, I had several people ask me a very good question yesterday, worth Swedish fish. They said, Mr. Phillips, can you do the rise and the run this way? Absolutely. Either way will work. In fact, I'll go ahead and do it this way just to make you other people happy today. My rise is going to be 1, 2, 3. My run is going to be 1 space. My rise was 3. My run was 1. know you wrote it in your paper yesterday, but go ahead and write it in your spiral again today. Slope is going to be 3 over 1. Now some people said yesterday, Mr. Phillips, isn't that a negative slope? Absolutely, it is a negative slope, and I'm going to go ahead and add that negative in just a second. Remember, you don't want to be this person sitting next to Mr. Phillips. When we go to Busch Gardens in May, Busch Gardens, how fun, unless you're sitting next to the crazy math teacher. Because a crazy math teacher isn't going to be able to hold down his breakfast or lunch when he goes down this part of the roller coaster. He hates when a roller coaster goes down. So we've discussed why our slope is negative here, so put a negative sign in front of your slope. We found the slope. The next thing we have to be able to do is we have to be able to find the y-intercept if we're going to write an equation. Well, notice we can't tell exactly what the y-intercept is because they didn't extend our line. So it's going to be difficult to find the y-intercept. Since they didn't extend my graph this way, or they didn't extend my graph this way, it's going to be hard to tell what the y-intercept is just by looking at the graph. But this is where we're going to do the problem a little differently from yesterday. The directions said to write the equation in standard form. Before we get to standard form, make yourself a note. Step 2, let's write the equation in slope-intercept form. We can't tell what the y-intercept is, but we do know our slope, and we do know ordered pairs. So we can write the equation in slope-intercept form. You can use either ordered pair. Where did I get the ordered pairs? From right here. So you can wear these shoes, or you can wear these shoes. Just don't mix the shoes. So I am going to use this ordered pair, where I'm going to wear these shoes. I'm going to put 1 in for x. I'm going to put 1 in for y. Then I'm going to put my slope, which was negative 3 or negative 3 over 1 into my equation. BRB. I substituted in my slope, negative 3 for m. I substituted 1 for x. They were touching each other, so that means multiply. I substitute 1 for y. I'm going to multiply negative 3 times positive 1. That gives me negative 3. I'm going to copy the rest of my equation. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get my stars together. The inverse of subtracting 3 is to add 3. I'll do it on both sides. These will cancel. 1 plus 3 gives me 4, so my y-intercept, or b, is 4. Now I found my y-intercept, and I know my slope. The question asked me to write the equation in standard form. Those of you who were absent yesterday, please write down standard form on your paper. ax plus by equals c. We're going to think that the excuse me, we're going to think that the constants are the tornado. Constant or constants are the tornadoes. So right now I have slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Y equals negative 3, that was my slope. X plus 4, because we found our y-intercept to be 4. The question wants us to write it in standard form. Standard form, think that your constant, or if you had constants, are your tornado. I want to get the negative 3x away from the tornado. The opposite of a negative 3x or minus 3x is to add 3x. I'm going to do it on both sides. These will cancel. These are not like terms. I cannot combine them. So I'm just going to take that positive 3x or 3x and put it to the front. Remember that y is a spy. So there's my plus. So now I'm just going to rewrite my final answer. I have 3x plus y equals 4. This is standard form. Notice that my tornado, my constant, the number that's constantly by itself, is alone, and my x and y are on the same side. In this case, 3 would be a. 3 is my coefficient. Nice. I have an invisible coefficient of 1 here. 1 would be my b, and 4 is c. Alright guys, hope I have shown you a different way for standard form. You can pick the way that we did today, or you can pick yesterday's way. You can pick the way that's easiest for you. Thanks for watching. Keep getting my viewership up on YouTube. I'm up to almost 700 views. Woohoo! Gonna go viral, baby! No, not really. I just keep telling myself that.